Okay, so we're going to work on some fine trig expressions so we can get to working with trig expressions, solving equations with them, proving some identities. But trig expressions are a little bit hard to work with, kind of like how logs are hard to work with. Instead of adding, we were multiplying with logs. Instead of dividing, we were subtracting. Trig expressions, again, aren't usually alike. Like cosine, secant, cotangent aren't like terms. So adding them, subtracting them, dividing them usually doesn't make much sense. So one of the things that we want to do when working with trig expressions is still use all of our algebraic tools. Like we're going to want to, if we have fractions, find a common denominator, add like terms when we have them. But one of the things we want to do is get some like terms. So one of the first, hints or tools that you use in simplifying trig expressions is to rewrite them so they have some like terms, which usually means rewrite with sine and cosine, because we can turn everything into sine and cosine. So let's look at this. Some of it already has. Cosine is just cosine. So cosine x. Secant, though, is not just secant. I can rewrite secant. I can rewrite secant as 1 over cosine of x. And then in the denominator, cotangent is 1 over tangent. Tan is sine over cosine. So cotangent is the opposite, cosine x over sine x. So now if I simplify this on the top, these just cancel. So I have 1 divided by cosine x over sine x. When I'm dividing, I flip and multiply. So really I just have sine x over cosine x times 1, but that's still just sine x over cosine x. I can simplify that. Sine over cosine is just tan. So you want to rewrite as sine and cosine, but you may not want to leave it as sine and cosine because this is not the simplest way to write this. Simplest way to write it would just be tangent. But we want to rewrite as sine and cosine so we can see if we can do anything with it, if we can find like terms, if we can cancel stuff out, if we can combine things.